When users sign out, their desktop and app settings are saved to a subfolder that matches their username in the C:\users folder on the local hard disk. This folder contains their user profile. Within this folder, subfolders contain documents and settings that represent the user's profile, including documents, videos, pictures downloads, and application data. If a user is likely to sign in interactively at more than one client workstation, these settings and documents should be available on those other client workstations. You can ensure that users can access their profiles from multiple workstations in several ways. Configuring user account properties to manage profiles. You can configure the following properties of a user's desktop profile by using the user account settings in Active Directory Administrative Center. Profile path. This path is either a local or, more commonly, a Universal Naming Convention (UNC) path. The profile stores the user's desktop settings. If users' profiles have a UNC path, then the users will have access to their desktop settings regardless of the domain computer they use to sign in. We refer to this as a roaming profile. Logon script. This is a batch file that contains commands that execute when the user signs in. Typically, you use these commands to create drive mappings. If you use a login script, the name of the script should be a file name, with extension only. Scripts should be stored in the C:\Windows/sysful/domain/scripts folder on all domain controllers. Rather than use a logon script batch file, you will typically implement logon scripts by using group policy objects, GPOs, or group policy preferences. Home folder. This is a storage area in which users can save their personal documents. You can specify either a local path or typically a UNC path to the user's folder. You also must specify a drive letter for mapping a network drive to the specified UNC path. You can then configure a user's personal documents to this redirected home folder. Note, when you create user accounts to use as templates and use a common location for the profile path and home folder, you should use the %username% variable in the path. This means that AD DS can create these folders automatically when the account is used as a template. For example, you can use the following paths, where the file server is named LONFS, and you have created shares for the profiles and home folders, profile $ and home $, respectively. Profile path //LON-FS /profile $% username %. Home folder connect H to //LON-FS /home $% username %. Using group policy to manage profiles. As an alternative to using the individual user account settings, you can use GPOs to manage these settings. You can configure folder redirection settings by using the Group Policy Management Editor to open a GPO for editing, expand user configuration, expand policies, and then expand Windows settings. Windows settings contains the subnodes listed in the following table. Subnodes in the Windows settings node. App data, roaming, pictures downloads. Desktop music links. Start menu videos searches. Document favorites saved games. Contacts. You can use these subnodes to configure all aspects of a user's desktop profile and app settings. For a given subnode, such as documents, you can choose between basic and advanced redirection. In basic redirection, all users that the GPO affects have their documents folder redirected to an individually named subfolder off a common root folder defined by a UNC name, such as //LONSVR1 /users /. In advanced redirection, you can use security group membership to specify where to store a user's settings and documents. For example, you might store a research and development user's documents on a highly secured server.